What I'm going to do before we bring Nova out is I'm going to do a little slide presentation. You know, as I look up, I see there are several of our donors in here. And our program will be only successful if we have buy-in from the community and participation by the community. And we have really been blessed with generous supporters. Like I said, our program started and took off much quicker than we anticipated, and that's due to the generosity of many of the people in this room. I can't even begin to go around, we'd be here all day if I talked about all the donors we had. There is a plaque on the back that lists some of our donors, but we have very, very generous citizens in Greendale, and I'd like to thank all of you who are here and all who helped out our program. Nova, the name Nova was chosen. We had a naming contest, and we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of submissions from all the schools and residents of Greendale. Nova is the new official village avenger. And so that's the name Tony chose for his dog. The Kennel is the Southern Police K-9 Incorporated in Spring Hope, North Carolina. We chose that kennel intentionally. It was our choice. Nobody sold us or got anything for us choosing. We chose it for the quality of their dogs. Their reputation is impeccable in Milwaukee County. They provide most of the dogs all throughout Milwaukee County. Most of the other police departments as well use this kennel. Not only because the quality of the ability to match the dog and the trainer and to customize training for the needs of the agency. Their dogs are 100% guaranteed, and so far, I like what we've seen so far. Accommodations, if you look at this photo, this is the picture on the top is the owner's residence. Looks pretty nice. The pictures below it is where Tony got to live. The accommodations are rustic at best. This is a working dog training kennel. It's not a 5-star hotel. Most of the training took place outdoors in the elements. The pictures we have, you know, Tony was wet and bubbled up when it was cold. There's 27 acres, and it definitely was a tall order for Tony to be gone that long and living out of that little trailer with all the bunk beds. The first challenge we had was matching the kennel head was matching the dog with the handler. They take into consideration the demeanor of the dog and the handler's ability to bond. Tony told me that for almost the first week he spent following the dog and picking up presents on the road while he was bonding with the dog. Like I said, the training is specific to the needs of the agency, and since Nova was our first dog, the trainers recognized that there has to be a certain amount of public relations ability and socializing ability, so they trained that into the dog for us. The dog has to respond to continual training, and after Nova is introduced to the community, then we pick up the level of his training and train more and harder to better increase his skills. The first thing they train is obedience and control. It's important for the handler and the dog. The dog is only as good as his handler. I hear that over and over and over again. And that's why we chose Tony. Tony, had to be 10 years ago, he wrote up this program, and he's been pushing to get this program that long. He did not give up the hope, and when we finally got to the point where it looked like it was going to be a reality, we had a testing process. We brought in dog trainers and experts from throughout the area to come in and test candidates and pick who they thought would be the best candidate from our department, and they chose him based on his knowledge and his desire to train. So he didn't just get handed the job, he had to earn it. So the dog undergoes training, and Tony will undergo continuous training and education to make the dog better. One of the tools of our dog will be drug searches. Nova's going to be specifically trained to search for drugs. He can search lockers, vehicles, homes, search warrants, almost anywhere Tony turns him loose. We'll also use him for evidence searches. We've chosen not to have a dog that's specific to narcotics. Our dog will have the ability to search for other objects as well. He can search for guns, cell phones, or pretty much anything that's human scent on it. If somebody is running from a crime scene and throws something, our dog is trained to look for that item and find it. Tracking. Nova is going to be specifically trained to search for people. We'll use them to track for suspects fleeing from a crime scene, searching buildings and residences for hidden persons or objects. This is particularly important to us since we have the biggest mall in Wisconsin. Currently it takes hours. If there's a burglar alarm and we suspect somebody's hidden in the store, it can take 2 hours to search a building. With the use of a dog, that time gets cut down to a fraction of that amount of time. We can also use them to track missing and endangered persons with special needs, a person lost without autism or Alzheimer's that wanders away, that got lost. We can use the dog to help search for that person, locate it more quickly. Physical apprehensions. That's a cool word, isn't it? You want to see what one looks like? This is a physical apprehension. No, that's the other one. This is Nova and Tony in a training session. And that's Nova meeting somebody. Tony likes to say you can get away from Nova if you can run more than 37 miles an hour. I say you just have to run faster than the slowest person. So physical apprehensions is something that everybody knows a dog does. It's not something we're going to advertise a lot. It's not a pleasant thing, but it'll be a tremendous advantage to the officers for their safety. People who would fight with an officer won't fight with Nova. And so that's a huge advantage for us, for our officer safety. For training, we have to train the dog, the handler, the department staff, the supervisors, and specially trained agitators. Nova's training is ongoing throughout his career. He never stops training. He trains all the time. That includes, and Tony's as well. Tony has to train on care and deployment considerations, legal implications, search and seizure rules, and current laws and trends. Just like anything else, every time a dog is used and people sue, cases go to the courts, and practice and law change. So Tony has to stay current on all those issues. The other training considerations, we have to have a trained agitator, a person who's trained to work with the dog and learn how to get bit and knocked down and tackled. I'm going to show you a video of Tony being trained as an agitator and his idea of agitating a dog. In this video, they were teaching the dog you don't have to just bite in the arm when they attack, that you can bite in other areas. And Tony came up with this idea. That's Tony in the suit. I have another photo that I didn't get to put in my slides of Tony after these bites, with big old bite marks on his body. So it's a very, it's a job that is not easy, but it's a necessity. And believe it or not, we have volunteers at our department who volunteered to undergo that training so that they can work with the dog. That's the tremendous amount of buy-in they have for the rest of the staff. Know this training will result in certifications and accreditations, credentials that will support his use in court. He trains weekly at the department, monthly with other police departments and organizations, and he trains annually with the Wisconsin Law Enforcement K-9 Handlers Association.